Hi, I'm Emberly. 6 months ago, I thought I had everything figured out. A beautiful 10-year-old daughter, a successful husband, and the house we'd saved for years to buy. Then my phone rang during a Tuesday morning meeting. Mrs. Parker? The voice on the other end sounded professionally concerned. This is Miss Winters, the school nurse at Oak Ridge Elementary. I gripped my phone tighter. Is everything okay? I'm afraid not. Lily collapsed during PE class. She's conscious now but disoriented. We've called an ambulance. I'm on my way, I said, already grabbing my purse, heart pounding against my ribs. My boss, Diane, looked up from her laptop. Emberly? You look like you've seen a ghost. It's Lily. She collapsed at school. I need to go, she said immediately. Keep me updated. The hospital waiting room was a blur of fluorescent lights and antiseptic smells. I called Nathan 3 times with no answer. Mrs. Parker? A doctor with kind eyes and a clipboard approached. I'm Dr. Reeves. Lily is stable now. What happened? She's always been healthy. He frowned. That's what concerns me. Her blood work shows dangerously low levels of her medication. Has she been taking it regularly? Every morning. I make sure of it myself, I insisted, confusion mounting. Mrs. Parker? A woman in a police uniform approached, badge glinting under the harsh lighting. I'm Officer Rivera. Could we speak privately? My stomach twisted. About Lily? About your husband. Officer Rivera led me to a small consultation room, her expression unreadable. We found something concerning in Lily's backpack. In her backpack? What does that have to do with Nathan? She placed an evidence bag on the table. Inside was a prescription bottle with Lily's name. These pills were analyzed at the scene because the school nurse suspected something was wrong. They're sugar pills, Mrs. Parker, not medication. That's impossible, I whispered. We obtained a warrant to search your home based on this evidence, she continued, her voice softening slightly. In your husband's home office, we found hundreds of pills matching Lily's prescription, packaging materials, and shipping receipts. I don't understand. Your husband has been replacing Lily's medication with sugar pills and selling the real medication online. That's why she collapsed today. Her condition has been untreated for weeks. The room spun. Where is he now? We're looking for him. His office claims he left for lunch and never returned. Maya burst into the room, her face flushed from running. Emberly! I came as soon as I heard. How's Lily? Officer Rivera stood. I'll give you a moment. We'll need to take a formal statement later. As the door closed, Maya grabbed my hands. What's happening? The nurse at the front desk mentioned police? Nathan's been stealing Lily's medication, I said, the words sounding impossible as they left my mouth. He's been giving her fake pills and selling the real ones. Nathan? Our Nathan? Maya's eyes widened in disbelief. The man who cried when Lily lost her first tooth? Apparently there's a lot about my husband I don't know. My phone buzzed with a text. Is everything okay? Heard cops were at our house. On my way to the hospital. I showed Maya the screen, my hands shaking. He's coming here. He doesn't know they're looking for him. What are you going to do? I stared at the message, a cold clarity washing over me. I'm going to find out exactly what he's done to our daughter, and then I'm going to make sure he never has the chance to hurt her again. Maya squeezed my hand as Officer Rivera returned with a tall woman in a suit. Mrs. Parker, I'm Detective Simmons, she introduced herself, sliding into the chair across from me. Your husband just arrived at the hospital. We need to know if you want to be present when we detain him. I want to talk to him first, I said, surprising myself with how steady my voice sounded. Detective Simmons frowned. That's not standard procedure in cases like... Please, I interrupted. I need to hear it from him. You can watch, record, whatever you need. But I deserve to know why. Detective Simmons and Officer Rivera exchanged glances. 5 minutes, Detective Simmons relented. In a controlled environment with officers present. 20 minutes later, Nathan sat across from me in a small hospital conference room, confusion etched across his familiar face. 2 officers stood by the door, and I knew others were watching through the one-way glass. Emberly, what's going on? Nathan reached for my hand. I pulled away. They're saying something about Lily's medication. It's crazy. Stop lying, I said quietly. They found everything, Nathan. The fake pills, the real ones at home, the shipping records. His expression shifted subtly. A tightening around the eyes, a twitch at the corner of his mouth. Then his shoulders slumped. It wasn't supposed to hurt her, he whispered. The doctor said she could miss occasional doses without any serious... She collapsed, I hissed, leaning forward. She could have died. We needed the money, he insisted, voice low and urgent. After I lost the Johnson account... You what? I stared at him. You said you got a bonus from that account 3 months ago? Nathan's gaze dropped to the table. I lost it last year. I've lost several accounts. So you've been lying about that too? My mind raced through our recent purchases, the weekend trips, his new golf clubs, the expensive whiskey collection. Where did all that money come from if you were losing accounts? I found another way to make it work, he muttered. By stealing our daughter's medicine? My voice rose sharply. How long, Nathan? How long has Lily been taking sugar pills? Just a couple months, he said quickly. The markup on her medication is insane. People without insurance will pay. I don't care what they'll pay. I slammed my palm on the table. You put our daughter in the hospital for money. Maya knocked and entered with a nurse. Lily's asking for you, Em. Nathan half rose. Is she okay? Can I see her? Maya's normally friendly face hardened. I think you've done enough. This is a misunderstanding, Nathan appealed to her. Emberly, tell them. We can work through this. I made a mistake, but I love you both. Maya snorted. A mistake is forgetting to pick up milk. This was calculated? You should know about calculations, Nathan snapped at her. How many times did you call us for rent money last year? Some friend you are, turning against me the minute things get tough. Don't you dare, I said, standing up. Maya's been nothing but loyal, unlike you. Officer Rivera stepped forward. Time's up. Emberly, please, Nathan begged as they approached. I can explain everything. It was just temporary until the accounts picked up. I looked at him, really looked at him, and wondered how I could have missed so much. Lily could have died because of you, I said, my voice breaking. I want a divorce. 3 days later, Lily was discharged from the hospital with a new prescription that I filled immediately. Maya offered her guest room until things settled down. Did they find more stuff at the house? Maya asked, helping me unpack at her place. So much. I sank onto the bed. Detective Simmons came by this morning. They found almost $40,000 in cash in his golf bag. 40,000? Maya's eyes widened. What was he doing with all that money? Gambling mostly, I said, the bitterness clear in my voice. Apparently, he's been in debt to some pretty bad people. That's why he needed quick cash. My phone rang. Mark Peterson, Nathan's business partner. Emberly, what the hell is happening? Mark's voice boomed through the speaker. The police were at the office pulling records. You didn't know? I asked, putting the phone on speaker so Maya could hear. Know what? That Nathan was running some kind of drug scheme? Of course not. The clients he lost. Did he tell you why? He said the Johnson account went to another firm. Mark laughed humorlessly. Johnson caught Nathan double billing them. I covered it up to protect the firm, and Nathan swore it was a one-time desperate move. When was this? I asked, my throat tightening. About 18 months ago. I exchanged shocked glances with Maya. 18 months? He told me it was recent. Look, Mark continued, his voice softening. I'm speaking as your friend now, not Nathan's partner. There's more. We've found discrepancies in several accounts. Money that should have gone to the firm that wasn't deposited. He was stealing from you too? It looks that way. I'm still piecing it together, but I had to warn you. This is bigger than just Lily's medication. After hanging up, I sat in stunned silence. You okay? Maya asked gently. No, I admitted. I lived with him for 12 years. How did I miss this? Because you trusted him, she said simply. That's what normal people do in marriages. My phone buzzed with a text from Detective Simmons. We need to talk. Your neighbor, Mrs. Chen, has security footage. An hour later, Detective Simmons, Officer Rivera, and I sat in Mrs. Chen's immaculate living room, watching footage from her doorbell camera. I installed it after that package theft last Christmas, Mrs. Chen explained, adjusting her glasses as she navigated the app. It captures most of your driveway, too. The footage showed Nathan's car at odd hours, sometimes with unfamiliar people approaching our house. We believe these were buyers, Detective Simmons explained. Based on the timestamps, they match some of the payment records we found. He was selling drugs from our home? I felt sick. While Lily was there? I always thought it was strange, Mrs. Chen said, pouring tea with steady hands. So many visitors when you were at work. Why didn't you say something? I asked, not accusingly, but genuinely curious. Mrs. Chen's eyes met mine. I did once, last summer at the block party. Your husband said they were clients stopping by to sign papers. He seemed so honest, I believed him. He fooled everyone, Officer Rivera said gently. Not everyone, came a voice from the doorway. Mrs. Chen's son Jason stood there, home from college. I tried to tell Mom something was up when I was home for spring break. I saw him switching pills between bottles on your back porch. You saw him? My voice rose. And you didn't tell anyone? I told Mom, Jason defended. And she told me not to spread rumors about our neighbors. I thought he was organizing his own medication, Mrs. Chen admitted, looking ashamed. Nathan always seemed so devoted to you and Lily. We have enough evidence now, Detective Simmons said firmly. With this footage and Jason's testimony, we can add child endangerment to the charges. I nodded slowly. Good. 3 months later, I sat in a courtroom watching Nathan in his orange jumpsuit. He'd lost weight, and the confident smile that once charmed everyone was gone. All rise, the bailiff announced as the judge entered. Maya squeezed my hand. Lily was back at school, staying with my mother during the trial. The evidence was overwhelming. Nathan had been stealing and selling prescription medications for over a year, not just Lily's, but others he'd obtained through various schemes. The prosecution detailed how he'd endangered our daughter, defrauded his business, and operated a drug distribution network from our home. When the judge asked if he wanted to speak before sentencing, Nathan turned to face me directly. Emberly, he began, his voice cracking slightly. I never meant for Lily to get hurt. I love her. I love both of you. I got caught up in something that spiraled out of control, but I was going to fix it. Everything I did was to maintain our life, our home. Mr. Parker, the judge interrupted. Address the court, not your wife. Nathan nodded. Your Honor, I accept responsibility for my actions. I'm asking for leniency so I can make amends to my family. The judge's expression remained impassive as he delivered the sentence. 8 years with possibility of parole after 5. Restitution to all victims, including his daughter's medical expenses, and loss of parental rights. As they led Nathan away, he called out, Emberly, please, can we talk? 5 minutes? I hesitated, then nodded to the bailiff. In a small conference room under supervision, Nathan sat across from me, desperation in his eyes. I'm so sorry, he whispered. I never thought it would end like this. That's the problem, Nathan. You never thought about anyone but yourself. That's not true. I was trying to provide for us, keep up the lifestyle we had. The lifestyle you wanted, I corrected. I never asked for expensive trips or luxury goods. I wanted our daughter to be healthy and safe. I can change, he insisted, leaning forward. When I get out, we could start over somewhere new. I'll be better. I looked at the man I once loved, searching for any remnant of the person I thought I married. There is no we anymore, Nathan. The divorce is final next month. You can't just throw away 12 years, he argued, desperation creeping into his voice. Think about Lily. She needs her father. Lily needs people she can trust. You betrayed her in the worst possible way. It was never supposed to hurt her, he snapped, then immediately softened his tone. The doctor said occasional missed doses wouldn't cause serious problems. Stop lying, I said quietly. Detective Simmons spoke to her doctor. Even one missed dose could trigger a collapse with her condition. Nathan's face crumpled. I didn't know that. You have to believe me. It doesn't matter what you knew. You replaced her medicine with sugar pills for profit. That's who you are. No, it's what I did, he insisted. It's not who I am. People make mistakes, Emberly. Stealing from your partner is a mistake. Gambling away our savings is a mistake. What you did to Lily was a choice, one you made day after day for months. The bailiff signaled our time was ending. Wait, Nathan pleaded. Just tell me. Will you bring Lily to visit? She needs to know I still love her. I stood, gathering my purse. Goodbye, Nathan. Outside, Maya waited with Mrs. Chen and Detective Simmons, who had become something of a friend through this ordeal. How did it go? Maya asked. He's still lying, I said, still trying to manipulate me. Some people never change, Mrs. Chen observed. Detective Simmons nodded. At least he'll have plenty of time to think about his choices. What happens now? Maya asked as we walked toward the exit. I took a deep breath of fresh air as we stepped outside. Now, Lily and I start over. New house, new schools, new beginning. You're not alone, Detective Simmons reminded me. The victim support group meets Thursdays. And you'll always have us, Maya added. Your real family. I smiled for what felt like the first time in months. I know. And that's how I know we're going to be okay. As we walked to the car under a bright blue sky, I wondered how many other families were living with secrets behind closed doors, and how many would find the strength to face the truth when those doors finally opened.